Yeah. Yes, who writer you get the gold. I don't know what gold you get. And if you get the gold, share it, please. Okay, so I'm going to give it a moment to let people know that I'm in. But hi, I'm Deocean Swagger. Or just you may call me just Mama D or Deocean. Oh, here. Oh no, I'm yawning again. Anyway, it must be gonna be a good show. Hi, Richard the Red. Okay, so tonight we're going to talk about something that's in the news, I guess. Here it's in the news. It is called a very long name that comes down to demon face syndrome. Okay. I will try to, maybe I'll try to pronounce it later, but honestly, it's a very long, it might give you, it's sort of like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Okay. It's kind of a long one. So, but the name they've decided on for it, initials are PMO, which I guess is a little different from PMS. Gotta watch all these, all the alphabet they sling at us. Supposed to be a rare condition. But somehow they've got to alert us to this. You've got to tell people about this. Because people have been, I guess, recently diagnosed with it, maybe about 75 people so far. And I have to laugh. And I'm sure that we're going to have some fun times with this one tonight. So this and anything else you have heard recently that you'd like to discuss. And we can also discuss some of the strange anomalies people saw around and after and since and etc. during the eclipse and anything you've got. So it's not. Oh dear, I'm just glad to be on. I'm just glad to have made it on. I have been so, I am asleep at a moment's notice again, and have not quite been able to stay awake unless I'm moving. So Hey, so, uh, yeah, Mercury retrograde has been kind to me in a lot of ways, but can't expect much when it comes to, you know, things like machines. I mean, it's just one of those things, things like technology, our technology. We've got to harmonize our technology. That's all. But gradually, it's getting better. I'm still trying to figure out Patreon. I'm trying to send out notices from Patreon, which I successfully did one time. But ever since then, I haven't been able to figure out how to do it. So one of these days, I need somebody who's an old hand at Patreon to help me out with that, maybe. But I want to thank everybody who uh, been with me on Patreon, who's supporting me on Patreon, because it's been quite an interesting time for me. I'm usually, I don't know what it's been. It's like this, since this year started, I've been having something every single month that has been just making it crazier for me to, trickier for me to keep a freaking balance in my account. And and to keep my balance, I'm dizzy a lot. Although my uh, according to my doctor, I'm fine. I'm healthy, except for my injury, my back, and so on. That's stuff that normal stuff. I've got no other problems. So, it's like, I don't know what's going on. Hey, Mark the Arc Spark, hit me with the deep woo. Come on and hit me with the deep woo. Is that what you're talking about, Mark? Hit me with some deep woo. Fire away. Hi, Pam. I am Pam. Hi, Pam. How are you all doing? Okay. I know I missed out on Wednesday, and tonight I'm here at the later time. I made a special effort to be here, even though I am really having a hard time staying awake for anything. It seemed like I have been needing a lot of sleep. I have been rinsing myself out a lot with a lot of, I've been needing to take bio breaks pretty often. I feel like, and actually a lot of people have been having this. I feel like a lot of things are coming up again. We have another layer that is being peeled off during this solar eclipse uh, wave of energy is going to be pressing out or refining us a little bit more. And the pain in my tailbone got very bad for a while. Um, and since that's where I've got one of my main injuries, I kind of expected something, but that's a likely place for stuff to happen. So, but I'm a little better now. But I don't know how long I'm going to be able to be on tonight, frankly. Yet, I think I'm doing really good. I'm happier than in general. I'm less. I noticed that in this year, I am beginning. Even as weird as it's getting out there, I'm losing some of my apprehension. I'm starting to be a lot more relaxed. It's weird because it seems like there's a campaign to scare us. Still eating the seaweed. You know what? I got to get some more seaweed. That's true. I got to get some more seaweed. Why are you asking, Mark? Ooh, you love to sing. Mark loves to sing. Okay, good. That's lovely. Hi, Chloe. How you doing? It's the Count and Countess. Oh, iodine. Yeah. Well, I agree. Probably I should have more. I have forgotten about it. Um, I have, however, been taking Ormus, which is helpful. You know, Joanna always knows if I'm not taking my Ormus. I really am noticeably different, I guess. Um, the Countess with the 1, 2, 3. um, so anyway, Chloe is in your house, and now all evildoers fear her. I think we're generally things are going to be more positive than most people are trying to predict. But I also think that we've got some things to ride through, and I don't think there's any way to get around that. Although, like I said, for some reason I can notice that I'm happier than I used to be. But I'm also tired from time to time, just falling asleep at a moment's notice again. Oh, in your Dracula voice. Ah, the Count and Countess. Good evening. I'm just about to go into the demon face, Chloe. I guess that's something that was even on the news. Well, that's interesting. Hi, Elderberry. That's a very good question. Um, so I'm going to go right into demon face. I guess it's time. There's enough of you here to go into the demon face syndrome, and have any of you heard of it? Because I'm told that people have seen this on the news. I don't watch the news. I don't watch the typical news. But if they're bringing it up on the news, um, you know. Mark says the demon face is tied to the stuff they are spraying. It might be. We don't know. But this is what I'm thinking. But here, straighten the camera a bit more. Let's see if I can. Let's not break it, though. Okay. Shake it, but don't break it. From the old days. Okay, so yeah, that's still kind of there. That's a little better. So, demon face syndrome. Supposedly, I looked it up. Propopolymorphosia. And if I said that right, I need some kind of an award because that is a very, very long word. Okay. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious of a word. Okay. So that is when people see people's faces distorted. Now, the interesting thing about this is the thing that really makes it interesting is they see it live, but not on a camera or a picture. Like through a camera or a picture, they don't see it, but they do see it when a person is standing in front of them. Uh, hmm. Yeah. Is that weird? Yeah. Um, the other thing is they're going to get diagnosed. People don't know about the PMO is what they're calling it, which is way different from PMS. PMO, people get misdiagnosed with schizophrenia and so on. Okay, so what it does is, interestingly, it sort of stretches out people's features to where they don't look human. And um, supposedly it's rare. But I told you a while back that they're having problems keeping some of the control grids going, okay, and that they're going to have failures to be able to hide things. And that is what we're told happened in with the aliens at the mall. Is that there was a failure, like a cloaking failure. So I'm wondering, yes, you will see faces distorted for the black hole sun. Yeah, black mirrors. Okay, drink your tea. Ha ha ha. I will drink your tea. How did it go? I'll drink your tea. I'm very can't do that accent very well. Not tonight. I'm just not in the mood. But got a cup of tea. Okay, so yeah, the black hole sun video. Interestingly enough, Biden already has a demon face. Yeah. Um, I'm thinking it's. Um, I'm thinking it's shield failure. I'm thinking it's filter failure. I'm thinking they're beginning to lose control of it, and whatever has been controlling things to where we can't see it is beginning to fail now, maybe. And I will make a prediction that, and is it demonic possession, or is it that these people have always been like that, but we just can't see it? Is it that these are somehow non-humans? I know that some people are going to jump to that, and I can't prove it either way. That there's always been something about them. I already know that I've seen what happens when the when that mask failure or whatever you want to call it happens. I've seen that when they've dropped it so that I can see. I've had people drop their disguise so I can see on purpose to let me see them. And although I don't know that that's the same exact thing, this I have a feeling this syndrome might be blamed for what we're about to see. And I really feel like we're going to be seeing more of this kind of thing in the future. Yeah, angel wings. See, I knew no, some people have always seen it. And to answer, hi Kitty, how you doing, babe? Ken Row Meow Kitty. Ken Rotman, yes. Had an evil stabbing attacker in Sydney Mall on Saturday. What? Ooh, black eyes. Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah, I get you, Mark. Black hole sun. Yeah, if you see one with black eyes, and I have seen President Sock Puppet, I have seen his eyes go completely black. Right. So, did Wu come in? Mhm. So, anyway, basically, I think this is going to be, if this is a real thing, and they're trying to say it is, it's probably going to be blamed for people seeing all kinds of things. I have a feeling this is the shield failure is going to be, or the if the mask failure, I'm going to call it mask failure, is going to start happening more often and less things are going to be covered up. There were so many sightings of things during weird things in the sky during the eclipse, for instance. Um, and I mean, people caught lots and lots and lots and lots. There's just lots of footage of people seeing weird stuff in the sky because, hey, a whole bunch of people looking up in the sky all at once. What could go wrong? Um, yes, yes. Okay. So, you know what? You're all kick ass people. We wouldn't be here if we weren't. Oh, yeah, possessed. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think a lot of these people are possessed that do these things. Black eyes are definitely a sign. Yes, they admitted to letting the mask down. See, yeah. And they rely on people believing when they're told, you know, believe whatever gaslighting story that anybody wants to tell us. And I believe this is going to be how they're going to gaslight a lot of people and say, "Oh, you didn't see what you thought you saw. It's this syndrome, it's supposedly rare syndrome." So, but what it is really, I think, yes, there are people that aren't entirely people, and there aren't people that never were human, probably running around. And well, I know that. I know that. And there are people wearing masks. And I know this because they've admitted it to me, and I've seen it with my own eyes. Okay, so be on the alert. This is going to happen. I have a feeling it's just going to get more so. They're also beginning to fail at things in the sky are going to be, well, and some of those are intentional. Some of them, the Star Brothers are just going, not, they just don't care as much. They're getting tired of cloaking. So as far as dropping the cloak, yeah, hypnotism could also do it. That's true, Kitty. As well as letting things in. Your TV is a mesmer box. That's right. TV is actually. And I had a friend who was seeing psychic, seeing things come out of the TV and asking me, what the heck? Well, you may not see it with your eyes, your physical eyes, but your brain is picking it up. Okay. Even if you're not seeing it with your physical eyes. If she could see it with her third eye, something was going on. And something was being transmitted. And she says it's just with the smart TVs. The older TVs, she didn't see that. So have they upped the game somehow? And yeah, hypnotism is another thing. It's like we have been there. Well, that's what PDS is. It's hypnotism, isn't it? For those who don't know what TDS is, it concerns. Um, it's called Trump delusion syndrome. Whoa. Yeah, I haven't had a regular I haven't had one of the smart TVs. I'm using a real old flat screen that I borrowed from somebody to watch YouTube, not TV. Yeah, they're connected to the internet now, Wi-Fi. Yeah, yeah, something. Yeah, I think something has happened that they have uh, more of a pathway, and so yeah, so glad. Now there's a guy who in our building who sits out there and watches our TV in the lobby all the time. He's not a happy guy. I won't sit there and watch it. It's a nice big TV. And I could go out there at any point and watch whatever on there. And I just won't do it. When I first got here and I didn't have anything set up, I went out there a few times to watch something. But honestly, I'm not infatuated with TV and TV offerings. So there you go, F Kitty. Yeah. 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 Prince of the Air. There you go, Chloe. Yeah. Well, Kitty, oh, and I want to say if you don't have some chunks of selenite, grid your place with selenite. It really helps a lot. It doesn't take very long to grid your place with selenite. Okay. It really helps. Since I got the place regridded with selenite, I have hardly anything happen in here. I haven't had anything in ages. So it's made a difference. I mean, I put one in every window and also over the doors. So, and they're just little thin chunks. You can get them very easily and not that hard. to do. So I would suggest that if you have anything at all. Right. Yes. Oh, yeah. And my place is very quiet now. And I lived in a place that was crazy. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, your brother, it's almost like it is like a disease, isn't it? Yeah, it's like a disease. You can pick up um, what I would call etheric cooties. You know what I mean? Let's call them that. You can pick up etheric cooties from people with that kind of energy. So anyway, I really think there's going to be more of this kind of thing. I mean, I keep getting that, and I keep getting that it's going to be um, for those of us who are aware of these things, and that some people have been cloaking. It's not going to be anything new. We're going to encounter it and just do as we always do. But I have a feeling for what some people would call the mundanes, the general populace. This is going to be quite a shock. And I think it's going to be more widespread. People keeping salt by the door. Right. Um, yeah, I've done stuff like that. If you want to salt your door, that's another thing that people do. Um, there's all kinds of things like that that you can do. Uh, but yeah, I don't think I think this is nothing new. I think it's always been around for a long, long time. It's just now people are going to see it. They're going to see that people aren't who they think they are. You know, your next door neighbor isn't who you think. The guy in the news isn't who you thought. It's going to be sort of like They Live. I think it's going to get more and more like that, to the point where you know how it was, and if you've seen that movie, where as our vibration increases, and we're less and less able to be fooled. Right. People who retreat into denial and who in our lives are sleeper agents. Exactly. Uh, there are there are those. Um, there are people that would love to be invited to my place. There are people who I have been um, that some of my friends have tried to convince me, oh, but that person has changed. Give them a chance. And it's like, no, that's okay. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm just fine. You know, yeah, most of the TV stuff is AI or CGI. Yeah. Yeah, I'm beginning to think that probably most stuff is most stuff we're seeing is fake. You see a lot of fake stuff. Um, there's a lot of crazy crazy chits going on out there, folks. So it's going to get weirder. Anybody else? Oh, let's see. What was I? Oh, else was I going to say? It looks to me like they're planning on giving Biden the hook. Has anybody else heard that? He's about to get the hook, maybe in another 3 months. And of course, we've heard that they may try to throw Big Mike Obama in as a candidate. It's a surprise. Surprise! Yeah, yeah. It's hard to it's hard to think. How can I put it this way? It's kind of hard to watch people being taken advantage of, um, and not being able to say anything. For me, not being able to say, "Hey, I still I know some people who are still talking Russian collusion, even though that's been totally debunked. Hillary has was totally behind that. Oh yeah, old footage for different stories. Yeah, they're running out of news. Yeah, the head of NASA. Who? Those two? Which two? Yeah, this the people who are still sleeping, and the people who are still not activated, not awake yet. Boy, they're going to wake up. I mean, we had a much more gradual trip into awakening than they're going to have. When they come awake, it's going to be a real serious jolt, you know. And there are some people who are still. I know somebody who's they're still buying the whole thing with, like I said, with Russian collusion. They're still on that, even though that's been proved BS. They're still on board with thinking, oh, just so much of the stuff that they've been trying to sell. And it's just, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of even discussing it. We know what the landscape is. The landscape is most people don't know how freaking far they are from the society is from reality. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She's a well, you mean Hillary, yeah. So yeah, it's I just look at the atmosphere and I say we're ripe for some stuff to happen. Um, if they try to bring Big Mike in, I don't think that's going to work either. If they give Biden the hook, if they try and run Cammy, her ratings are abysmal, worse even. I don't know if there are some people who might be persuaded by Big Mike still. If they try to run Michael, but if they do, I have a feeling that's going to be See, and the funny thing is that I did talk to somebody, one of my friends who's more open-minded. I said, "Have you noticed that with the president, they have one where his eyes are open and he's talking and he looks sometimes like he's tripping on something. His eyes are wide open. And by the way, sometimes they turn dark. They turn completely dark. And but that's the way he's always looked. Then there's this other Biden, and he's squinty all the time. And he's the bumbler. He's the one who can't seem to get off a stage right, who trips up the steps, and he makes up stuff and totally forgets. And that guy is the one, they are like two different people, actually, when you really look at them. They don't look exactly alike. The squinty guy does not really look that much like actual Joe. So I don't know though, you know. And didn't Squinty Joe, I mean, what color were Joe's eyes regularly? Because there's times when people have seen his eyes turn brown. Now, some people will argue that's because he's full of it, but yes. So anyway, there's all of this sort of stuff happening, and I think it's only going to get more so. So let me get this. I'm going to put the link in. And there you go. If somebody wants to come in and talk about it. Oh yeah, you don't want to try to force knowledge on anybody. That's a bad idea. I just kind of offer it as a question sometimes. If they ask me my opinion, I'll tell them. By the way, if you saw my post on YouTube, I have some more art. I'd kind of like your opinion on what you'd like to see. Mm-hmm. Ah, yeah, that's right. It's a funny thing. I could figure out the spirit stuff, but the main mundane stuff is really hard. Trying to, it's not that easy to pretend you're a mundane. Hmm. But you're not one of the sleepers. Do you remember if you saw the movie about what was the one about the pod people and they had to stay awake and they had to pretend to be one of the pod people or they'd get consumed? They had to pretend to be one of them. So yeah, I'm kind of thinking it's really hard. So to begin with, it's hard enough for us. We're actually people to pretend to be normal people. I mean, I've tried to fit in. Isn't that easy? Of course, now things are they normalizing weird so that doesn't stand out as much. Oh, you had the demon face thing happen the other day? Yeah. Oh, so Mark, you had the demon face thing happen already, see. But with us, I'd expect we would. It would be pretty surprising to me that if none of you had ever seen anything like that. Usually people that are in these kind of communities have already experienced some really weird shit, okay? So, wow, that's cool. Um, kind of interesting. Did was it somebody that you knew or just a random stranger? Oh, someone close to you. Had the saw somebody's face turn into a demon looking thing? Because that's what the syndrome is. The syndrome is you see other people's faces change, but only when they're in front of you live, not pictures. That's so weird. La 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 la. Yeah, Mark, you got to tell us more about this. How did this happen? What were the conditions under which this happened? Because yeah, that I'm I'm just waiting. There are certain people that I know. Eventually, it's going to come upon them, and they're going to be like asking me, because they know that I'm into strange things. They're going to be asking me, WTF? Yeah. Um. Well, I know, you know, there's people like me that know damn well that had it proven to us, shown, and even told by the person, hey, I'm not what you're seeing. I'm not what I appear to be on the surface. Okay. Well, I'm really not either myself. I mean, in my spirit form, the closest thing I think this the body I had, in the future, I'm light. I'm just light. I'm just like a star. It's light. But the closest thing to back home, where I last came from before Earth, is periwinkle blue people. Kind of like they report, people like Shiva and Krishna and whatever, things like that. Indian gods. Yeah, that's another thing. There are people who experience things, and I've run into this a lot. And then the mind tries to fill it in and close it off. you know, like there's been times when I've experienced it, this another person or people have experienced it, and we all know we experienced that. We all reacted to that. We even mentioned that and said, "Did you see that?" But then later people say, "I don't know what you're talking about." Hmm. Yeah, it might just be who they really are in the first place. You know, if I turn into, I think the one night I was turning into a beam of light. I was like getting all washed out and pale looking. I don't know. Maybe you'll see me turn into into a little sun ray sometime. I don't know, or maybe a periwinkle blue person. Yeah, I don't know, but as far as I know, I'm here in a human body, so I don't think I have to worry about it. Although people have said, now this is interesting. People have said that they can feel my wings. They can see my wings. They can perceive my wings, although they see them sometimes in different ways. But they do have this perception that I have wings. And if anybody out there sees this, let me know, because I'd be interested to find out what they look like to you, because they look different to different people. Right. We saw the sun blink too. I had a friend that we were out uh, just enjoying the day, and we both saw the sun blink. So, and we both said it to each other. And there were other people that reacted to it, but then I can tell they went back to normal and are writing it off. And actually, I have to say that if I had been all alone, probably would have just written it off. Said, "Oh, I blinked or something, something happened. I blinked. No, the sun didn't blink." But no, the sun did blink. It did. We both saw it. We were just looking at the sky talking, and it's like, hey, what the hell? What the hell was that? Hmm. Well, I think all forms of denial eventually are going to be gotten rid of gradually as time goes on. I think uh, we're all going to have to get rid of our various forms of denial. Yeah, you're going to move. Yeah. Well, I'm so glad I moved, and I still don't have people here that I can talk to regularly, except my good old friends. But yeah, I don't have people that I can regularly talk to. So we'll see how that changes. And I'm supposed to be moving again sometime in 25. That's another thing. The dragons are really getting active. You guys chat it up a minute. I'm going to go get some water. Okay, that's a little better. Ooh. Gee whiz. In my stomach, something is going on with my stomach right now. I don't know what's going on. Anybody have thoughts about old Bummer? About Mike, Big Mike? You think she's going to be called upon the stage? This is not my pendulum, but let's see if it'll act like a pendulum for me. Hello. Okay. Show me yes. Okay. Show me no. Okay. And my name is Raymond. No. I have a cute little dog. No, I have a cat, and his name is Cowboy. I named him Cowboy. Okay. Just checking. So they're pulling Biden. Biden is getting ready to be yanked off the stage. He's going to be given the hook, so to speak. Yes. They're going to have to. They got no choice. Okay. They're going to use Kamala Harris. Harass. Okay. They're going to try to run Camilla. Okay. Are they going to try Big Mike? They're going to try Michelle Obama. She's going to be in the running too. They're going to try a woman, though. I got a feeling they're going to try a woman. They're going to try another woman. Yeah. They're going to, I think, sort of try and surprise people when they realize they've got no chance at all. And just kind of pull the switcheroo. Oh, that's cool. Thank you, Kiki. Hey, Kiki. Yeah, yeah. Oh, thank you. Kind of like an owl. Oh, that's a compliment. Yeah. People have seen me, yeah, with energy pattern wings, feather wings, and sometimes dragon wings. And one person saw a bat, kind of almost like a bat, furry and skin. I'm there like, seriously? you know? But yeah, it seemed like different people would see them different ways. Most people, feathers, though, would see the feathery version. So maybe, I don't know, maybe sometimes the dragon wings come out when I need the dragon energy. Oh yeah. Doggone, I don't have my other device with me. Kiki's got another video out. So anyway, I have the link in chat here somewhere. If anybody wants to come in and talk about stuff. Oh, dog, they're gonna make me do it again. What the heck? There. Well, you have to go through to put a link in. Cool. Well, that's pretty cool. So I kind of think that there's probably that's how we're going to see the cryptids too. As we change frequency and the spectrum that what we can see changes, we're going to see those creatures. As you know, my theory is that these creatures have always existed and they're not so much coming back as we're coming back. There was also another thing I wanted to bring up. And I don't know, I might do a show about this after I see more of the series. But has anybody seen or does anybody know of the game called Fallout? And has anybody seen Fallout the movie? We're going to have to discuss that at some point. Yes. Oh, okay. Kiki, yeah, I've been wanting to sleep a lot lately. I wanted to sleep tonight too, but I said, but I miss my friends. I want to see y'all. Oh, aloha. See? Played the game Fallout and okay, still have the game. Okay, I have not, but it came up on my feed when I was watching stuff on Prime. And I thought, okay, what the heck? You guys, the movie, I think it's showing us what it must have been like after the last reset. I think it's showing us the last reset. You know how some of these people somehow know things. And is it that they made it up or is it a memory? It could be a memory, I think sometimes. So, in, I mean, I was looking at the way they were portraying it. And I mean, with the sand covering and the melted buildings and the destruction and the people, how they were on the surface, and then the people that were underground, that were in the vaults underground, and just watching that and thinking to myself, my gosh, because this was supposed to have taken place in an alternative universe in the 50s. They were all wearing 50s clothes. So, but in the 50s, they didn't have technology that really would have helped them that much. I hate to tell you, but a lot of people would have just died in their bunkers, not able to open the door from all the thick mud and crap all over the place and debris. Oh, yeah. Yep, we're on the chrome. And I think that really started to come in. I think they were giving us a hint. When they came out with the Chrome browser, I think that was a hint. I think when Chrome was a thing, started to be a thing, I think that was a hint. Um, well, seems like there's only ever been, and really, you've got to ask yourself why. There's really only ever been one president who really went after the trafficking cartels. And look how fast they came up with a campaign to get rid of them when that happened. What was he doing? He was getting rid of cartels. He was messing with the real power. What? Adrena is the video card? You're kidding. I didn't know that. Oh my gosh. It's true then. I come in pieces. Mm-hmm. JFK tried to bring down the shadow. He was talking about the shadow government, and look at what happened with him. But I'm talking about Trump. He was going after the trafficking. I mean, he literally said he was going after the trafficking, and that's why they had to shut him down. They really had to shut him down. Yeah, John F. Kennedy was just talking about the yeah, deep state for sure. And of course they ended up killing him and made him a martyr, which taught him that maybe they shouldn't kill these people, because making them a martyr is kind of makes people think. And Trump knows that. I think Trump knows damn well they don't want to make a martyr of him, so they're not going to succeed. And they're not, ah, they don't want to make a martyr of him. Now, I heard all kinds of things during the time of the lockdown. I don't know if I was hearing it psychically or with my ears, but I was hearing gunshots and explosions. And I've told you that I know that there are underground things going on. I've seen the underground. I worked where I had to deliver mail in the tunnel. And I have worked I worked at a theater where I saw part of it, and I know there were other levels. But they showed us part of it, and went there was a canal running under the city. There was a canal running right beside the building underground. That is where they used to bring cargo and stuff and drop it off. You could see it was a dock for cargo. But I've seen that. A lot of people have not seen that stuff. And I have felt what it's like to be down in the tunnels. They are really weird. And I realized that if we ever lost our light down there, nobody would ever be able to see a damn thing. It is so dark. It would be so dark. Okay. Um, but the creepiness of the place, I felt like I was always being watched. And I'm pretty sure I was always being watched. I think there are things down there in our tunnels that, or I don't know if there still are, with the explosions and gunshots I heard. Yeah, the pole shift, though, we're getting help with the pole shift. Oh, yeah, all the GMO foods. Uh, well, and all the other poison that they've been throwing a lot of poison at us. They've been throwing all different kinds of poison, all kinds of toxicity, but so far, I'm managing to avoid a lot of it. And I gotta say, please bless your food. Bless your food, all of your food and every substance, even your smoking substances and everything you get, because drinking stuff, smoking stuff. Yeah. Well, what pissed me off is that there was a chemtrail plane going right across the sun. A lot of people noticed that the chemtrails were really out, which meant that they were trying to obscure, but it wasn't quite working. Still saw it. Oh, think you'll physically need it? Maybe that's why I have my Spanish halberd and sword cane. Hmm. I kind of like a Viking sword and shield. I mean, my background is Vikings, my father's side only. Every day in Vegas, they spray. Yeah, I hear that. They heavily spray the cities, which is why I say, get your ass out of the city if you can, even if it's only for a while. And if you can move, like to the outskirts or something, somewhere that's less of a target. Hey, Lewis. So anyway, how is it in Vegas? I wanted to ask you, Hook. Are there zombies like they say? The ringing in your ears is unbearable. I bet you it is. Oh, you're outside. I just heard, wow. Just as I read that you're outside the city and getting sprayed into oblivion, we just had a crack of thunder out there. Oh, you had a werewolf dream. Woo! Oh, are you having a scary? Okay, Hook. So this is not okay. So this is not just a story. We're, because there are people who are trying to say it's not like that. That's just, it's not true. It's not like that. Oh yeah, they spray outside the cities too, but in the cities they really spray. Like out here on the outskirts in of a small town, it's more rare. The cities, it seems like they're doing it all the time. Oh, the angels around me. Yeah, of course you do. You don't know why? Because you need them. Oh, Lewis, you're not sure whether it was a werewolf or a dog man, but it was a canid some sort. Huh? Cool, Lewis. Acrylic polymer. What is an acrylic polymer? Stuff in the spray? Interesting. Hmm. Wow. Oh, I know I do. And you know what? And I keep adding, and Paul does too. There's other beings that keep getting sucked into our, into helping, kind of drawn into helping us because we're fascinating with what we do. Actually, um, there are a lot of beings that are rooting for us. And Paul keeps adding them, and I keep adding them. I keep looking around and going, wow, there's a lot now. So we all have fan clubs, so to speak. Hmm. Something's going down soon. Yeah, I agree. They're getting ready for something. And there's going to be a lot of distraction. Yeah, and you know what? A long time ago, I said that somehow, no matter how it looks, COVID is going to give us something positive. Something positive will come out of COVID. And one of the things that came out was the lockdowns. And what came out of the lockdowns was people had to cool their jets for a minute and spend some time undistracted. And the thing about that is when you're not distracted, you start to think. Because really, you think about regular society, people are distracted from the moment they get up until the moment they close their eyes. And even after they close their eyes, they're still running stuff. Usually they're running they're falling asleep to the TV or the radio. their phones, some kind of music, something. So what happened was people were a whole lot distracted, a lot less distracted during the lockdown. And all of a sudden they got to thinking. That's what happens. Tea tree soap. You know what? I think probably, I'm wondering, Epsom salts. I hear that a little bit of borax is another thing. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if lemon helps. I wouldn't be surprised if a bit of vinegar, that kind of thing. Cool. Hmm. Why not Bragg's? What happened to Bragg's? I just bought some Bragg's. No, tell me they've ruined Bragg's. Talk to us, Kitty. What happened? Cal hypo. Cal hypo? What's cal hypo? Oh, oh no. Bill Gates, you're talking. Oh. Bragg's is a brand of apple cider we've been relying on a long time. Apple cider vinegar. Damn. Bragg's. Damn. Oh, calcium hydrochloride. No, calcium hypochlorite. Shoot. Is it dangerous to ingest? I'll be taking that back next time I go to the store then and see if I can find something else. Yeah. White vinegar for getting rid of things. Yeah, I won't ingest it though. This isn't really a food product. Just stuff in the sprays, Chloe. MMS too. Oh, MMS too. MMS was my favorite music station. Yeah, try to use full words. Some of us don't know. Calcium hypochlorite. Where do you get that? I don't know of that, Mark. That's, yeah, something I don't know much about. Digesting calcium. You're extremely sad for some reason. Oh, geez. You know what? Several of us have had that. Oh, I won't touch bleach. That really bothers me. I have trouble with bleach. Um, Me and some of my friends have had these sad spells. Uh, well, one thing, if you're empathic, there are a lot of sad people right now because a lot of very unhappy things are happening. But that's just used to be cheap. Now it's $16 a pound. Yeah, sensitive. I'm sensitive to stuff. Yeah, I'm using black soap. I'm using black soap. That seems to help a lot. You can try black soap, but that seems to help a lot of things so far. You get a decent brand of black soap. Well, actually, you can do some research on what's in black soap. I believe some of it is like black sesame oil. And yeah, there is charcoal soap. That's another thing that some people get relief with. And they use that even for, oh, I can't think of the name of it right now, the fibers. Black soap is great. I don't have any problem with black soap in my nether regions. However, peppermint, I can kind of see where that might be a problem. Oh, there's a giant amethyst geode in the mall near you. You know what? We had one around here that was great. It looked like a throne. I was so sad when they finally sold that. I wanted that thing. Yeah. Well, you got to be careful with that. Too dry, but I find that if I am getting kind of blocked in some kind of EMF thing going on, if I jump in the shower, I'm better. Just being in the water. I'm gonna have to look into MMS. Old dream memories. Okay, well, Hook. Um, when I was researching this, because I have memories that are coming back too. When you are mind wiped, which I know I have been, um, and there are reasons I know, but when you have been, every 10 to 15 years, they start returning. And so, if you can avoid getting mind wiped again, eventually they come back. So, just letting you know, it could be that you're past your time limit. Um, or it could have been influenced, Lewis. You stay late at the gym show, the workers drink a lot and talk a lot. Yeah. Yeah. I've been to many a gym show. I belong to the lapidary club, local lapidary club. I did belong to it. Gave you chills. Yeah, because amethyst is a very positive mineral. It's actually a mineral of purification. It's giving you chills. What is going on with that amethyst? Yeah, I know I have had close encounters, can't remember them. I remember telling other people about them, but now I don't remember them. I remember that I told other people about them and they were kind of getting on my case for that. But I don't remember the actual incidents. Yeah, the military copters kind of bother me too. Okay, hook, I don't know what that is. Oh, yes. It looked like maybe it was more alphabet soup. Okay, well, I'm sorry to hear that, Hook. I'd say definitely get a little bit of. Now, remember, I'm not prescribing. This is just for fun and entertainment. But a lot of people are saying that borax, just a tiny speck of borax, just a pinch, will melt the legs off of the nanopropes. Hmm. Wow, Chloe. Yeah, I know. I was very sick for a while. Yeah, you're being followed. Oh, you must have tripped some trigger. Do you feel you're being targeted? Oh, you were involved. Oh, oh, wow, yeah. See, I just got sicker and sicker. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was the oldest little kid. It happened to me when I was younger. I was a very old little kid. It could be. I have a scar on my abdomen on my right side, and I have some scars on my back. I have had no operations that I know of in this life. Cool, Kitty. That's wonderful. Yeah, well, I think we've all probably been targeted at some point. Um, if you are targeted, you will probably have trouble with your teeth. Almost always your teeth suffer. Mhm. What are you confused about, Chloe? Yeah, I have dealt with many. I was too. Um, you've really got to declare sovereignty, and you've really got to cut all the contracts. Spiral at sleep time, like Twilight Zone. Hmm. Yeah, some people have been absolutely horrifically. I don't talk about it much these days, but it's one of the reasons my teeth are all effed up. They'll shoot stuff at your mouth. There, there was a woman that proved they were shooting stuff at. They were shooting some kind of frequency at her because she was literally wearing tinfoil, right? Aluminum foil. And you could hear it going ping, 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 ping on the aluminum foil, making dents in it. And she, I guess, had been under attack a long time, and she said that they will. The mouth is one of the easiest things to get you. Um, so you'll have problems with your teeth. Coconut oil's great, yeah. Yeah. People still didn't believe her though, this woman that proved it. I mean, you could hear it. Pop, 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 ping, ping, ping. And she was dying. She was so sick. She disappeared too. She had a YouTube channel. She disappeared off of YouTube, and um, I don't know what happened to her. Right, no idea. Me either. Well, deep blue, just like the 10 folks. We do the deep blue here. We talk about it freely and openly. Somebody doesn't like it, they can go F themselves. Yeah, Luz is having it too. We're all having it. What? The dipper was upside down last night. Holy crap. What? Oh. Hey, Woo Riders, you really been burning it up, putting out the videos on your channel. A lot of the serious ones are blue. Syrians are blue. But Orion's, actually, there's a mixed bag even in Orion. That they're not all bad. Um, and it's a mixed bag everywhere, pretty much. And don't forget that some of these places are still being attacked by AI. And some of these places are still dealing with the killer bugs. And they're an insectoid species that is malicious and malignant and trying to take over the galaxy. So I guess that's happening. They're trying to keep them down. Yeah, I don't see that when I go to sleep now. These days, I'm clean from that. Yay. You know what? That's, I don't see that. Oh, you're seeing the blue stars. Oh, yeah. I'm always looking up. I have many sky pics of phenomena. I love to photograph clouds. That's how I, one of the reasons, that kind of proved it to me. I love to photograph clouds. And I started seeing some things in the pictures, and it's like, wait a minute. No, you're not going cuckoo. Lofty. It could be if it's stars. How long has this been going on? Yeah, they want you to think you're going cuckoo. Well, when you start seeing things, they'll label you skits if you're not careful. So I don't talk about it. I talk about being a medium now. And there's not much they can do about that because it's a spiritual belief. Just like seeing angels and talking to God. You're allowed to do that. Although you don't talk to God all the time because in some places that'll get you in the loony bin. I'm going to share the religious side. Now, around here, we got more schizophrenics than you could shake a stick at. They're just everywhere. And I wonder if they're really all schizophrenic, if there's just a lot going on here. Since 2009. Okay. Now, for a while, okay, I'll have to go and check everybody's channel. Hey, you guys, drop a link. Go ahead and drop your links. And when when it comes back up, drop a link in comments. I don't mind. Now, when I had the 9 communicating with me, I had 9 stars over my. You're seeing 7 stars, though, that's Pleiades. Count the stars. 9 stars, that may be the Council of 9. 7 stars may be the Pleiades. You might be actually looking at somebody trying to help you. Like, yeah, and not everything you see is against you. I won't be able to check it out because I don't have my. Go ahead and put it in the comments when this comes back up. I don't mind. Uh, my dreams are always the same. Like I said, people are a mixed bag, like we are. Are we good? Are we evil? We're a mixed bag. Hey, Woo Riders, I needed a lot of rest because I was also getting ready for an inspection. But I am less stressed about it. I'm really making some headway. Um, but I have to say, off and on, I've been having a lot of trouble with my broken tailbone area. Um, and that was a break from long, long, long ago. Okay. I was back in the 4th grade, but it's when I got older, it started acting up. So every now and then I end up with problems, pain. So I had some of the worst pain the other night, but it was a pinching pain. But it's better tonight. I just am not going to be on too long, and I'm going to get some rest and not press my luck. You know what? That's another thing is that if you can shift your dreams. I've done that too, shifted my dreams around. But my dreams are almost always the same, what I can remember of them. What I remember of my dream is pretty much abandonment. Feeling stranded in a place. Nobody, no phone home, no home to phone. Oh, Ashtar, you don't like Ashtar Sharatna. Yeah. This Ashtar Sharon's supposed to be one of the good guys. So who is saying this about Ashtar? Now, I met some Ashtar people years and years and years ago, back in the last century. They were pretty weird. But yeah, that's kind of weird. But yeah, I think a lot of us are getting our dreams in waking life. I get that too sometimes. I think the difference between that and being crazy is, it's not normal, and what normal people are seeing. People who have kind of lost it, they don't know where the dividing line is. Yeah, my dreams are not generally nice. Almost, but not quite a nightmare. Not very scary, but just kind of suck. That is kind of funny, Lewis. Kind of weird too. And why would you even do that? Were you trying to bribe him? Is that what the idea was? When I was younger, I had nightmares all the freaking time. And I literally asked, I begged to just not dream at all. So I didn't for a long time. But I had such horrible nightmares, and it was from some kind of 20 and back kind of program. I found out later. A lot of us, you know, I know a lot of people don't believe that's real, but why should they? Why should they believe it's real? They have no reason to if they've never experienced anything. I have actually had dreams where um, now this is interesting. I remember what the panther dragon, did you see my post? I made some more panther dragon pictures for you. Please let me know what you think of them. Yeah, always turn and face whatever's chasing you. Um, we're told that the giant spiders will bite you in half. Well, or actually not exactly bite you in half, but will bite you right through the middle. Oh, oh my God. Is that what happened? I'm glad you brought that up. They try to get you, they get you usually right in the solar plexus area, solar plexus abdomen area. And they get you. Oh my God, that thing that came out of it. Now I get it. That's right, exactly where I had the thing that had to be removed. The black stuff, the goo. The, it's probably left over from one of those times. I used to have dreams of giant spiders and stuff like that. Oh, well, interesting, Hook. Um, Sometimes I have come to the conclusion that I am in somebody else, trying to help them. I know that sometimes it'll be on the news where I've been in my dream. Sometimes it'll explain what my dream was. But when I'm just dreaming and not off, see, there's a difference between a regular dream and me off doing what I do in the universe. Yeah. When I was a kid, I saw giant spiders in my room when they'd turn out the lights, and I dream about them. There's another reality overlaid over there was like another reality overlaid over my parents' house. It was very strange. Yeah. Wow. Well, supposedly the giant spiders are Mars. So you helped out. See, that's another thing. I think probably a lot of these cartoon characters and stuff, and comic book and all of these and superheroes and so on, probably based on some kind of memories we have of somewhere. I don't have that kind of dream anymore. What I have instead is just dreams where, like, for instance, the last one, somebody tried to run me. I was on the interstate. Somebody tried to run me off the road. I I decided I was going to hit the first off ramp, so I took the off ramp. But as I did, I had to literally pull my car up and around and park it somewhere. And I knew it wasn't really in a parking zone. Um, but I saw some nice people cross the street, and this is like a city street. I saw some nice people cross the street, and I went over and talked to them, and they said, "Hey, what happened there?" And I'm like, "Well, I had to stop anyway. I'm having trouble with my car." I had to stop anyway. I got to check where I am because I have not seen anywhere familiar in a long time. I haven't seen any familiar sounding signs where I'm going. And so, where the heck am I? And they said, I said, I'm on my way home to Ohio. And it was a group of people, it was a family. They said, "Oh, you're in Tennessee, honey. You ain't nowhere near." And I'm like, "Oh, let's see. How the heck did I get in Tennessee?" Um, well, they said, "Well, you can come on in to our place and make yourself at home a little bit and try and really figure out what you want to do next." And wow, angel wings. That's. I haven't watched TV in years. But anyway, as we were going into their place, we went through a tunnel. I think what I was actually doing, I think it was something else. I think that dream was like a cover dream. A beautiful woman try to convert you to what? To Satanism or Luciferianism or what? Or something. And orbs coming out of people, and orbs are spirits, usually spirits. People traveling. Orbs, a lot of times, are people traveling. Yeah, I think I have a cover dream and something else is going on. And then in this dream, I was sitting at a table with him, but I was worried about my vehicle. And I was worried that it was going to get towed away. And I was worried that if it got towed away, I'm in a strange town and who's going to help me? And I didn't have anybody to call. And I didn't know anybody except this family that I just met. And I said, "Can I just go out and take a look at my car and make sure it's not getting towed?" One of the young guys said, "Sure, go out this way," but it was a different way than we came in. And when I got out there, it wasn't the same place at all. It was out back, and there was this pile of what looked like, almost looked like porta potties, but really they had locks on them, more like storage, like there were some kind of plastic storage lockers. Great big pile of them. There was a tunnel through them. And I made a dash through that tunnel. It came up in a place where it was just not the right place and nothing was there. My car was not there, so I was contemplating running back and thinking, "Now I have to run all the way back and hope I'm in the right place and hope I get back in that door and hope that I find my, you know, everything." I just was, but the dreams end with me being kind of stranded somewhere and thinking I have to go back. Oh, you saw one, and just, oh, weird. Gosh. Mm. Oh, a succubus, yeah. Must have been hard. That's what she said. Pacalolo. I don't know what Pacalolo is. Hmm. It's just me and Cowboy over here most of the time. Oh, okay. Yeah, I got it. Okay, here's some news. Gotta think this. Just keep in mind one of the things that marijuana does is makes your mind more malleable and suggestible. Be very careful what you do and what you watch. We were idiots and watched stupid shit like The Wall and scary shit. We shouldn't have done that. It makes things so if you're meditating with it or like listening to something helpful, like the healing frequencies and something, it can help those penetrate. It can help other things penetrate too. So I got to tell you that about marijuana. It's kind of a carrier thing. Yeah. You know what? It's a funny thing. That happens often in abductions. Usually they put the partner to sleep deep so that they can't wake up and help you. Yes, if you're not, we sleep program or we pot programmed ourselves with stupid shit. Don't do it. Don't do it. You'll spend years getting it back out of there. Put something in there. If you're going to watch something when you're smoking, make it something that you want to manifest. Make it something positive that you want to manifest. Or run one of those frequencies that helps you in some way. Ah, your husband saved you in your dreams, so that's nice. Yeah, I've heard of that before. I usually end up alone in my dreams. Oh, that's cool, Lewis. That's definitely not a, I wouldn't definitely not call that a bad dream. Yeah. I save people in their dreams, yeah. I kept having dreams of someone I was gonna meet, but it got messed up. We were kind of talking back and forth. He showed up in my dreams as a cat, as a really weird cat staring at me. But one of my so-called friends, one of my frenemies, disconnected us. Cool. Yeah, usually if I remember what I'm doing, I'm usually in now in this dream, this last one that I was telling you, I got to look at myself in a mirror. I was a little old lady. I look nothing like me now. I look like this little old lady in the dream, and I had my hair up in a bun, and I had a feather in my hair that I was trying to pull out, but it was in there pretty tight, and I decided to not do it. But I had like a feather holding the bun together. So I was definitely not I was not myself in this dream. Right. Well, when I was with my husband, I had dreams, bad dreams. One of the bad ones, and it made me not want to trust him, made me not trust him because one of them was I'm in the living room, there's a bunch of aliens there, and he is taking out my left eye with what kind of looked like a butter knife. That, and I had trouble with that eye. Had trouble with that eye after that. And it's the left eye. I'm like, oh, now that I know, I mean, once I found out about the whole meaning of the left eye, I'm like, oh, fuck, what were they doing to me? Yeah. And he wonders why I didn't trust him. And I was getting sicker and sicker. The longer I stayed with him, I had to escape. Nobody understood. Yeah. Withdrawal from the green? What do you mean, Kitty? Right. I yawn half the time. I'm doing the show and I'm yawning and I'm not feeling sleepy, but I'm yawning. It's really weird. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I had a lot of bad dreams surrounding him. One day I woke up, I was drowning. I was feeling like I was going to drown. Our waterbed had sprung a leak and I was lying in water. So that was understandable, but that was like the only dream that ever actually made sense. Bad dream that ever actually made physical sense. I'm looking forward to later on in this one. Heck with the next one. I'm getting a lot of indications I don't have a next one here. I don't have a next one here. Oh, I don't get it after I got I got it. I got long COVID and I got over it and I've never had anything since. At least I think it was long COVID. Either that or something else was causing the weird symptoms. Then again, it could have been something else causing the weird symptoms. But yeah, I got COVID exactly once and then I never got it again. It's probably a good thing I did because now I got natural immunity. Because I haven't had anything since. However, see, I'm smelling cigarette smoke and don't smoke. I don't know, is somebody out? What's going on here? I'll be here and sometimes I'll be smelling cigarette smoke. Oh, I was getting brain fog for a while. Oh, well, it's making me cough, so I'm glad you put it out. Um, yeah. Well, the other reason I thought I maybe had long COVID is because of the feeling tired. But then again, I know that some of that is, you know, you're busy all night doing stuff out in the universe. You're going to be tired. Then I get sleep, usually in the early morning hours. Like early in the morning, if I can get back to sleep around 5 or 6, that's when I have dreams. That's when I get some real sleep. Not being able to taste. Well, if you have long COVID. Yeah, for a while I couldn't taste anything and I couldn't smell either. And then I got it all back. It's interesting that Omicron actually helped people get immunity for the other types. It's up to us to change this stuff. We're the ones we've been waiting for, remember? Elderberry, we're going to change this stuff. We are. It's not going to stay this way. And I am not, after I leave here, I'm taking a vacation. Yeah. And you know who was somehow, whose face did I see when I researched Omicron? David. Why? He was a character in the game Omicron. Why? Because his son, Duncan, wanted him to be. He didn't want to do it. Yeah. He didn't get a vax either. Egg whites. I love the yolk. I love duck eggs because they have huge yolks. What's NAC? I know ACV is apple cider vinegar, but what's NAC? R. Allah. R. Allah. Is that religious? Yeah, CoQ10 is great. It really helps the pain too. um, okay, well, now that I'm down to the free program, I'm having to watch my time, how long I'm actually on. So I'm going to cut it in a couple of minutes. I want to say I really appreciate y'all for coming. All of those who are my Patreons. If you haven't checked out Patreon, I think a buck is not very much to ask. And I'm thinking of getting more benefits and more things that I can give you. And I am thinking about a package that involves dragons, dragon art that involves art for like an art lovers package. And you can help support me that way. And it will be downloadable art. And and you will have the um, well, I'll tell you all about that. But anyway, in the description, I have all the links. I really want to thank those of you who are my patrons and all of my supporters. everybody who subbed, everybody who's sent me well wishes. Woo, you were having some problems. Hope they're clearing up. We're all sending you energy. Yeah, test every supplement, definitely. Do muscle testing or something. Remember, you are divine. I'll be back. I'm going to try and be on Wednesday. Um, Hopefully it works out, but I may go down to 2 nights a week at some point when things are really busy around here. Um, Love you guys, though, and I miss you when I don't see you. And I've been missing Max's. I can't find him. And then by the time I find him, it's all over. You can't, is that on purpose? I'm pissed off about that. Okay. So, okay. Wednesday, and I miss you. Mhm. Okay. Yeah, I appreciate you all. You guys are great. And Wednesday, night, night.